A carjacking in Clark County leads to a shooting involving sheriff's deputies. Now one suspect is dead, the other in custody. Let's bring in our Art Edwards, who joins us live for the scene as we try to learn more about what happened here. Art, what can you tell us?
John, everything came to an end here at the American Legion Hall on Northeast 20th. This all started earlier in the day at about 10:30 this morning, about 2.5 miles from here in Hazeldale. A man reported that a man and a woman stole his van and that the man had a handgun. About 20 minutes later, Clark County Sheriff's deputies were dispatched to an area near the Goodwill on Northeast 20th Avenue. Witnesses said that a man and a woman tried to carjack a vehicle with someone inside. Their descriptions matched the suspects in the Hazeldale carjacking. Deputies blocked off the area. Then they found the van behind the American Legion Hall on Northeast 20th, right across the street from Goodwill. They found the male suspect inside the.
All right, thank you, Art. All right, thank you, Art. We'll continue to follow this situation as it develops. Also breaking tonight, Iran has begun its retaliatory attack on Israel. Loud booms were heard in Jerusalem as Iran's state TV confirmed that the country's Revolutionary Guard had launched drones and missiles at Israel. This comes weeks after a strike on the Iranian consular building in Syria's capital killed 2 of Tehran's top commanders. The U.S. military is pledging to help Israel defend itself. Israel has vowed for weeks that if this exact attack happened, it will retaliate by striking inside Iran. Well, turning now to weather, meteorologist Joe Ranieri joining us now, and there's some thick clouds out there across the area tonight. Joe, any chance that's going to bring some rain for us in the area tonight?
Not here in the Portland area or the northern part here of the valley. You travel south near Salem, that's where some of those showers and the chance for some thunderstorms develop. This is that upper level low that's been bringing in all that rain throughout basically the coastline of Western California, from San Francisco all the way down into Los Angeles here the last 12 to 18 hours. But also, it's starting to circulate some of those clouds and some thunderstorms throughout the central and eastern side of the state, similar to what we saw last night throughout much of Bend and Redmond is continuing out there this evening. So as we put the rainfall map into motion, this is showing a little more than a little close to 1/10 of an inch of rain, I should say, throughout parts of the Central Valley near Eugene. Salem, we could see some light showers, but over in Bend and Redmond, by the end of tomorrow afternoon, you could be looking at close to a third, or I should say more than 1/2 of an inch of rain, depending on just how intense some of these thunderstorms are. Right now, we're looking at a temperature of 65 degrees in downtown Portland. Already starting to see some light showers from that upper level low move in along the Oregon coast. Though the showers and thunderstorms will continue the next couple of hours throughout the central and eastern side of the state, as well as the southern part of the valley. But heading into tomorrow, it's going to be a little bit calmer, and with those calm conditions, we'll also see a little bit more of the sunny skies. I'll talk more about that in a few minutes.
All right, Joe, thank you. We'll see you later in the show. Well, right now, Portland leaders are taking input from the community as they prepare for cuts to the 2024-25 fiscal year budget. And today, our Sydney Dorner spoke with people speaking out at one of their public listening sessions, and she joins us now today from the newsroom. Sydney, what is this group pushing for?
John, today was the second of 3 public listening sessions the city is hosting this month. At the meeting, they touched on various needs, like the millions Portland Fire could lose with firefighters already spread thin. Gun violence advocates also spoke at the session, saying small guys doing grassroots work can't make progress without help from the city. Each year, the city of Portland is tasked with the tough goal of proposing a budget that meets the needs of the community. Mayor Ted Wheeler says for fiscal year 2024-2025, money is tight.
The city's fiscal environment is certainly more constrained than we've experienced in recent years, with the financial forecast indicating no new ongoing or additional one-time funding available for fiscal year 24-25.
To gather input on the budget, the city is hosting 3 public listening sessions this month. The first concern brought up at Saturday's session was the $11 million budget deficit facing the Portland Fire Bureau. The city is considering cutting 8 to 10 frontline workers, closing a neighborhood fire station, and maintaining current staffing levels without new equipment.
The fact that our population goes up, the need for services are growing up, firefighters in the city of Portland, we're staying the same, and we're not asking for more. We're only asking to maintain our ability to protect lives and property. That's what we're asking for, not more, just maintain.
Another issue plaguing the city is gun violence. Advocate Lucy Mache lost her son in 2011 after he was shot in the back 4 times. Now she runs You Are Not Alone, which is a healing support group for survivors of tragic loss.
It's like a part of me is gone. I don't want anyone to have to feel that.
Mache, alongside other gun violence advocates, are asking the city to allocate more funds for grassroots organizations focusing on the Black and brown community. Asianique Savage grew up in North Portland. She lost her mother at 5 to gun violence, and her younger brother was shot and killed at a Southeast Portland bar. Now she works as a prevention manager at the Oregon Alliance for Gun Safety, pleading with the city to see the importance of reaching youth before they find firearms.
The mayor declared gun violence as a crisis in 2019, and it's still a crisis currently, no matter how much the rates drop. We are still losing people that we know in real time, in current time.
The city is hosting another public listening session on Monday, April 15th. All Portlanders are invited to submit testimony or join virtually. The mayor will release a proposed budget decision on May 3rd. John, back to you.
All right, Sydney, thank you. In other news, a large number of police were called to Swan Island in Northwest Portland after what they call an organized street takeover. It ended with at least a dozen cars towed and 1 person in custody. Officers were called to an industrial park off of North Leverman and Cutter Circle just before 8 last night. On top of numerous traffic stops and tows, officers arrested 23-year-old Carter Morse. He initially got away from police when they tried to stop him. Police say Morse drove into oncoming traffic and ran a red light. PPB says an officer had to use a patrol vehicle to box Morse in. The Washington County Sheriff's Office gives new details of the suspect behind a 6-hour standoff yesterday. They say it was 31-year-old Elijah Figure, who barricaded himself in a Hillsborough home and was forced out when SWAT blew through the door and used tear gas. He had a warrant out for a felony probation violation for unlawful use of a vehicle. He's now been booked on charges of a felon in possession of a firearm as well as fentanyl possession. After a newborn baby was hospitalized in Oregon last fall, researchers are reminding parents to keep children far away from backyard chickens. In October, the baby was born healthy at a hospital, but a few days later became sick. Doctors readmitted the newborn and discovered he had salmonella. Researchers from the Oregon Health Authority found that the baby had come in contact with salmonella through the family's backyard chickens. Even though the baby didn't physically touch the chickens, his parents were still able to spread the bacteria.
One of the parents was either carrying the organism, not showing any symptoms, but had it in their intestines, or it came on some article of clothing or something that was there.
Researchers say salmonella outbreaks are common, but can severely sicken babies and newborns who don't have the same ability to fight off the bacteria.